Okay, good afternoon. Okay, as it says there, Clive Champney. Although I've only recently joined Essex County Council in the funding and investment team, a nice little banner up here I see, I have actually been involved in bid development for the last 18 years. Bid development on EU and UK type project activity. I must say, in terms of the team I've recently joined, they do have it's a very strong team with capabilities across a broad spectrum of funding and bidding. And I kind of feel that for Essex County Council, the results speak for themselves. In the last 3 years, the team has secured over £61 million of funding for businesses, charities and community organisations in Essex. It's quite a track record. Okay, so in terms of what I want to cover today, and I haven't got a long period, first of all, I'd like to say that in terms of some of the funding opportunities out there, they're not all as complex as the FP7. And I was listening to Michael's presentation, and I have very strong memories of FP, and it can be a horribly complex programme set out. And I think in terms of way forward, some of the smaller programmes, the financial instruments which are there on Horizon 2020, are probably some of the things we, as SMEs, can probably want to look at more than perhaps some of the larger FPs. That said, also I'd like to just pick up on something that Paul John said. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There isn't. If you want to get involved with these funding opportunities, you do need to spend the time, effort and money and commit to doing these projects, because they do take that time, effort and money. However, I also want to outline in a moment some of the current and background experiences that we have as a team, which means that we can help you with those bidding opportunities, which in turn means that we get an even better return for some of the SMEs in Essex. And what I want to do here is just very quickly run through, these are some of the new funding opportunities coming through. So this is the programme period 2014 to 2020. And in terms of some of the programmes there, I'll start with the bottom right-hand corner one, the YES programme. That used to be called Lifelong Learning Programme. That used to have things in there such as Leonardo, the Grundtvig programme, Comenius. Those are all areas that Essex County Council bidding team have been involved with before. Similarly with the Life Plus, it used to be called Life Plus, there's experience there. On some of the territorial programmes, they are certainly coming through again. The Interreg programmes now coming through with the guys of Interreg 5. You know, won't be at all surprised that the ones before that went 4, 3, 2 and 1, but Interreg 5 is certainly coming through, and the earlier Interreg programmes is something that as a team we have vast experience and a lot of knowledge of putting together. And again, some of the South East LET programmes, the EU, the CIF programme there, foremost that was ERDF, the ESF programmes that were run in the east of England, and again it was something that we in Essex County Council, and certainly in my own background, we bid in a lot for those programmes, we run a lot of those programmes. So that gives you a sense of where some of our background and experiences come from. And all that background and experience is transferable into these new programmes. It also means that we have a skill set that can provide additional abilities and capabilities to SMEs out there in Kent. Just up here, I'm just looking at some of the ways that we get the information out to the marketplace. We provide funding support, as I say, to organisations. It's about informing our partners of developments in the funding programmes. You know, we're aware that we're going into a new programme. I just showed you the new programmes coming through. It's keeping people up to date in terms of when those deadlines are. And here are just a few of the ways we keep in touch with people in terms of what's going on the funding front. We do, through LinkedIn, we like to share some of our views on what's happening. We've got a Twitter account. We had a very active Twitter day recently. We do email support and follow-up. If you've got a question in terms of some of the funding angles that are impacting on Essex, send us an email and we'll see if we can follow that up and support you there. Phone, face-to-face. Also training workshops, more of which I'll come on to later. Also, just at the top there, going back down, e-bulletin. We do a regular email highlighting new funding opportunities. And just on that, I'll just run through very quickly. On the e-bulletin, we currently send out over 3,400 bulletins, which cover this up to 17 different categories there in the middle. They cover everything from transport and communication to children and young people to environment and waste. As the graph shows, the uptake of these bulletins has been gradually increasing, and there's quite a demand for these. And it's intended to provide a snapshot of the latest funding developments and notification of funds closing soon. It's tailored to fit your requirements. So if you say you want an e-bulletin on transport, we can tailor it to your requirements and send that out to you. The link is on the slide, how you get the bulletin, but also after the session, there's our Fit Team desk out there. If you want to come along and ask to be registered for the e-bulletin, we can do that as well. So, in terms of going forward, I've said what we've done before. We've done a lot of experience in terms of bid development, of putting projects, partnerships together. And we've done a lot of these things internally in the council. You know, we've scoped bids, we've prepared bids, we've worked with people when bids have been approved. Well, a lot of what we haven't done is more of the bid monitoring and bid control, not just in the council, but once working outside the council. And that's something we really want to look at in the future, is working with more people outside of the council, a wider audience. And the reason we want to do that is we want to really start to bring some of the experience of the team, and I did tot up a very quick look, and I think there's about 70 years of initiating and writing and supporting funding applications in the FIT team. And as a team, we are comprised of a different mix of experienced funding specialists. It includes qualified accountants, subject matter experts, not only European but also UK government and third sector funding, and also in terms of financial modelling and business case development. So in terms of supporting the Horizon 2020, we can help you with various things there. If you're looking at putting projects together, we can help you with a funding strategy. You know, how do you get the best out of the money that is going to be available? We can provide you with guidance on how you and your project might fit an existing or future funding opportunity. So as part of a funding strategy, what other opportunities are going to be coming through? We can help you with identifying project partners if they're required. Not all projects require partners, but some do. Identifying linkages to local, regional strategies, national strategies. If you want to do something in Chelmsford, how does that link to what's going on in the rest of Essex? And that's something we can help with, put this together. And also checking eligibility for funding opportunities. You might think, great opportunity, I can fit that very, very well, but do you actually fit? Are you the kind of bidding organisation that should be coming through and applying for that funding? So in terms of the next step, we want to put together, in fact we have got arranged a workshop on the 3rd of July at County Hall. It's a half-day session, it'll be 4 hours, and it's a free workshop. And we're going to run it with our colleagues from Enterprise Europe Network and TSB, because we want to basically show what holistic support is available for SMEs to put their bids together and put their funding proposals together. I thought one of the ways we do that is to actually unpick an application form. Take an application form and say, right, what's it asking for? What are the real questions that are being asked for? What are the exam questions you're being asked, and how best to respond to them? We also hope to, if you like, demystify some of the jargon used. You know, when you talk about state aid, what does it mean in terms of your application? What does it mean in terms of match funding? What does it actually mean? So to go through an application form and actually take it to bits and say, let's examine the components of this. How should you and do you respond to these kind of questions on this one? What we also want to do, final bullet there, is discuss some tailor-made customised support for your organisation. We can help going forward. I hope I've been able to show that. We can help you do things in the future, and that's what we'd like to offer. So 3rd of July, County Hall. If you want to sign up for it, there again, the team have a desk out there. If you want to go along, see Jonathan, my colleague there, and sign up for that after the session's finished. And that's it, so thank you very much.